Okay, we're here at Warrington's training ground and I'm joined by Josh McGuire. Josh, how you finding life in Warrington so far?
It's been good, mate. It was been a bit cold at the start, but transition's been good. Have three beautiful kids that really enjoying the transition and the lifestyle change. But it's been good. The boys are here, a fantastic club. They've really welcomed me with open arms.
You been doing much of your spare time, bit of golf or anything like that?
I'm not a golfer, mate. I've got three kids, like I said, so probably most of my spare time's at junior rugby games and tennis, daughters tennis, and all the life events that they throw at you. But had an opportunity, to do a bit of travelling around and have a look around, which has been great. And it's all new for me over here, so everything's exciting, and we're really loving our time here.
Obviously, you're a bit of a sportsman in the past, and you're a bit of an all-rounder.
Yep.
You spent time playing a bit of ice hockey and baseball when you were younger.
Yeah, played a bit of everything. I think that was just what happens in Australia. Is obviously rugby is a seasonal sport, so you just play everything. But yeah, ice hockey, baseball, cricket, athletics, you name it, I did it. I think I'm one of six boys. My dad was in the army, so. It was just cheaper to get us out playing sports than letting us hang around home getting up to mischief. So Dad was always, whatever sport it was, we all, took it with both hands. But obviously loved rugby league and ended up back at rugby league. So it's been an adventure, mate.
You pass it down to your kids as well, obviously your daughter playing tennis and stuff.
Yeah, my kids they're all really sporty. My daughter's pretty sporty, but my son, he's mad rugby player, but he's actually crazy into football here now. So he's a Man United supporter, and I don't know what's happened, but he's just mad for it. It's
breaking. Get a few boos round here.
He's breaking my heart, mate. I just want him to just tackle people and be all about the contact. But he's just he's a pretty handy little soccer player too. So he'll find his own journey, I'm sure.
So coming up soon, you're heading up to Newcastle to go play in the Magic Weekend. You've got Hull FC on the Sunday. How are you preparing for that? Are you looking forward to something? Obviously, you have weekends like this in the NRL as well, but something big like this, if your first one in Super League. Yeah,
no, it's exciting, mate. It's it's a bit. I think the Australian NRL stole the idea from the Super League, so it's exciting to go to Newcastle too, a stadium I've never played at. So that whole idea of it is good. We're up against FC, and their form has been here and thereabouts, but they really look like they're turning the corner. So it's going to be a very tough game for us. We've got some big games ahead for ourselves, but obviously getting away with the boys in Newcastle, the atmosphere. I heard it's a crazy town that they the fans from every club really like to get out there, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to be a part of the Betfred Super League and experiencing everything about it, and that's just something on the bucket list I get to tick off.
Lovely stuff. Obviously, you started this season, and I'm not sure what Darryl Powell's told you with the expectations of Warrington this season, but I imagine it's changed with how good you've been playing since the season started. How are you managing those expectations? Obviously, you're now the favourites to probably get to Old Trafford at the end of the season. How are you finding the pressure?
Yeah, well, I think there was an expectation when we all come in. I think obviously the group underachieved a lot last year. They went through a lot of changes, but our expectations were to be thereabouts at the end of the year. Obviously, we've started quite well. We've had a couple of little mistakes along the way, but we're a pretty resilient group. We've had to win from different positions and come through different games and deal with a lot of adversity through injuries and suspensions and stuff and whatnot. But it's a long year, and we know exactly how quick it can turn when you don't do your processes right and do the things you need to do. So our expectations still haven't changed. They were the same when we first got together as a group. That's to be challenging for silverware. I think it's pretty widely known that the club probably hasn't underachieved in recent past, and we understand that and the expectation that comes with that as a club. But we're excited about the opportunity, but we're not getting ahead of ourselves. Every week's a new process. Obviously, you could look at the competition at the moment. Any team can lose on any day. So, we're very fortunate to have some very skillful, classy players, and then a couple of older fellas in there, a bit of experience. So we've got a good balance at the moment, but we're tempering our expectations that we want to be there, but we know it's a long road, and Rome wasn't built in a day.
Obviously, good luck for the rest of the season on that as well.
Thank you very much.
Looking back to last weekend, obviously Challenge Cup, You didn't really have that growing up. It's a very British kind of competition. How was your experience? Obviously, we say it was British, but you went down to the south of France to go play.
Yeah.
How did you find that? Obviously, getting that late winner.
Yeah, well, I've always been a fan from afar in Australia. You know, we didn't really have anything like that. Just I think the history of it's probably something that's special. That you know, I love the fact that anyone can win it. Depending, doesn't matter what competition you're in or what level. You know, she's a fair, even game. You know, we had a really hard first road away game, so you know, Catlin away is bloody. She's a tough one, but you know, we've got Wigan next up as well, so we're doing it the hard way. But you know, like I said, we're a resilient bunch of guys, and we're excited about that challenge. And you know, it's up to the coach and the staff and how we balance our group. And you know, I think the club's had some, you know, recent success in the Challenge Cup, so they're no strangers to the competition. We're just, you know, it's a balance of you know, keeping the players fresh, making sure that we're fighting for everything and winning all those kind of trophies. So it's a long process. We've got a big game next one against Wigan, but we're very excited about, you know, what this group can do.
Lovely stuff. Obviously, you might get the chance to play St James's, Old Trafford, and Wembley. Obviously, 3 huge stages to obviously promote, not just promote yourselves, but promote rugby league as a brand. Did you know, when you first came over, is that what you had in mind? Yeah,
I was excited about the opportunity, obviously, to play at those big stadiums. Also, you know, I think when you come from Australia, you're just happy to you know, experience the cultural side of the football game. So I'm excited to, you know, the boys all talk about it, but you know, places like Wakey and Castleford as well probably don't get the same prestige of the stadiums, but just the atmosphere and that kind of stuff, like, it's all new for me and it's all exciting. So obviously you want to be at those big stages, Old Trafford, Wembley and those kind of things, but you know, it's a process to get there. But the whole excitement of, you know, just being over here and playing in the English comp is something that's, you know, exciting for me.
Definitely. Finally, just touching on a bit of international rugby league. You've spoken in the past about maybe growing the game, looking at maybe like the youngsters from England, like you got Matty Nicholson here.
Yeah.
Maybe then getting involved with the younger Australian lads and maybe having more test matches between junior teams.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're still behind and wanting to see, especially after the cancellation of 2025?
Yeah, the only way the game grows is by our junior and our youth and developing, you know, that football. And in Australia, junior football is huge. There's so many pathways, there's so many rep teams, Queensland, New South Wales, schoolboys, you know, Australian Institute of Sport, Queensland Institute of Sport. So there's so many avenues for these kids to be playing regular football. And over here, you know, it's a shame because some of the kids who are very talented but might take a little bit longer to progress aren't playing regular rugby that they need to be playing. And I think as a sport we need to invest in ourselves. We need to invest in what we're doing. We see once the guys get the right opportunities and the right lessons, the English players that go to Australia, obviously coming back in the World Cup, obviously, you know, progressed really well. So I think it's a huge importance for you to, you know, double down, invest in ourselves, invest in the Super League, get our junior system going a bit better, and whether that's flying Australian junior teams out or taking our kids there, it'll go a long way to producing better players for the Super League, which then obviously produce better players for England. So, you know, it's a pretty simple process, but I think we need to invest in ourselves. Obviously need to get the game on TV more. Hopefully with the new revenue going and the TV rights, we get a bit more games, or even if we look at investing ourselves and streaming ourselves, you know, we need to do something to get the game out there because it's such a good product, but not enough eyes are seeing the sport here.
Definitely. Great answer. Right, Josh McGuire, thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Ta.